Thank you for that, Mark. Appreciate it. Check phone and TV, not live on YouTube. I hope I'm there now. Stevie XRP, thank you for the footballs, my friend. Welcome, welcome. XRP, another little pump. Yeah, XRP doing really, really well. Bitcoin might be suffering, but people are getting very bullish about XRP. There's a lot of good vibes coming out of XRP right now. Docs have been filed. We filed it early. There's confidence around the market in XRP and Ripple at the moment. And yeah, we've seen a run up over 20% as a result. It's really, really good. So yeah, the last on the hourly chart, you can see it as well. And this is what I mean. If you're on YouTube now, Mark, you'll see it here with the volume bars. We have the initial run. We had some good volume, and it wasn't until actually after the first run that it seems like we've had some institutional buys, massive buy volumes, and it's still decent volume, not a lot of sell action. But you're always going to get someone taking profit, which is understandable, and then more massive volume. And that's just continued for 4 straight hours. We're seeing a little bit of a sell-off now. Again, as you would expect, 39 cents is going to be a place where people would put sell orders in, possibly looking at $40 to take profit, 40 cents to take profit. So it makes sense. Where am I buying and storing quant? Right now, it's actually just sat in my MetaMask. It's sat there as an ERC20. I need to get it onto my ledger. I need to, because it shouldn't be there. It's worth too much to leave on MetaMask. When Bitcoin going down, Bitcoin is kind of already going down. If you've not been watching Bitcoin recently, then yeah, it's got issues. I mean, we've seen massive drops. I mean, this hourly chart shows you perfectly. We were looking really bullish, really bullish. We got up to this resistance level. And funnily enough, this line is a line that I drew a long time ago. We hit that line, a sell flag triggered, and bang, market collapsed. Now, this was at the same time as the CPI announcement. Was it just coincidence, or was the market ready for a dump anyway? I think the market was ready for a dump. It has ignored CPI figures before. And remember, these CPI figures did improve. They just weren't as good as we hoped. And now we're going sideways and downwards. So very volatile on Bitcoin, and we are seeing a downward side. I would expect to test this 18.5K level in the next few days, maybe. Really got to see what happens Tuesday when the markets open up. I don't know if there are bank holidays elsewhere because of the Queen's passing away. But of course, UK trading will be closed tomorrow because of the bank holiday. I think all XRP haters probably have a bag in secret. I don't think anyone's that silly to believe that XRP won't make money. It's just a question of how much money. That's the real thing. Now, for me personally, I think long term XRP is a proper institutional coin with institutional use case, and it will be very successful. But we need the lawsuit to end. But yeah, I think even people that don't like XRP necessarily will appreciate its possibilities in terms of an investment. Scary that one purchase yesterday of 500 million of XRP only moved it 10%, 2% of circulation. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to say that such a massive buy on XRP only moved it 10%, but it's continued, and we're now seeing 20%. So that's the kind of volume that XRP have got out there. And this is what I keep reminding you. XRP is not a small project, and it will take serious volume, like what we've seen in the last few days, to pump it. And that's the same for any project. And in a bear market, that's difficult to do. No one's going to get that bullish and buy massive quantities of an established project in a bear market until it's too late. The only ones buying massive quantities enough to move the market are the institutions. We couldn't affect that price. Looking forward to legal briefs, video tonight breaking down summary judgment filings tonight. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of overviews and things. And the thing is with the US legal system as well, there's a lady I follow on crypto called Pink Lady Crypto. She's very clued up on legal matters. She's quite straight, and she will just say it as she sees it. But she's very factual as well. And in terms of US regulations and laws and implications. She really does know her stuff. So I tend to wait until she's reviewed something and she said something, or even talk to her about it on her lives. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult to keep track of, and I think someone with an understanding of US law is going to be a better place. So I follow James Fillon Law on Twitter. He does some good summaries, and there's a few others as well. But yeah, definitely waiting for some good breakdowns of what's going on. Bull market could start in 2025. I think so, bricks and slides. That's what I'm looking at, really. We need the recession to end. We need the Bitcoin halving to come along. We could have run-ups, absolutely. And we've seen some pretty big run-ups. We ran up from, 18.5 all the way up to 22.5. That's a 4K movement, which is 20% on Bitcoin, but then it came down again. So we will continue to see volatility, and I think we'll see volatility continue to the downside generally. But I'm hoping the market bottomed out at 17.5, but we don't really know. It's difficult to call. What indicators am I using on TradingView? So on TradingView on YouTube, for those of you over there, I mean, I've got a very long-term mindset, but just to help me sort of get an appreciation for what kind of market we're in, if I don't recognize the patterns, these are the whole suites and super trends, and this is the trend ribbon. Which ribbon is it? Donchian trend ribbon. So basically, when that, and that are all green, that initiates a buy signal. When they're all red, it indicates a sell signal. So if there's any combination of the three, you basically ignore it. But basically, if that's green, that's green, that's green, it's a buy signal. If that's red, and that's red, that's a sell signal. But as I said, generally what I'm drawing in here, that's kind of it's worked out quite well as an area of support and an area of resistance. And I've had that in place for quite a while now, so it's going quite well. But yeah, I feel like my TA is getting better. I have kind of foreseen some of the movements, in particular the cup and handle that we had not long ago. This cup and handle here, it looked like it was primed, ready to go. It's quite low in the channel, and then bang, we had that. So I was really pleased with myself for that one, but not very often I pat myself on the back for TA. Bricks and Slides, you've got a good question. What do you anticipate Bitcoin's next high? The next high? I think Bitcoin won't set a new all-time high until the next bull run. And I would stick that, depending on the level, it depends upon the level of adoption and what happens regulation-wise. But if Bitcoin is safe with regulation and if adoption goes up as we anticipate, I would say possibly Bitcoin in the next bull run, looking at the exponential growth of the market, I'd put it above 150. I'd say 150K. I mean, Bitcoin explodes in a bull run. It sets big all-time highs, massively over previous highs. So I'm going to be quite bullish in the next bull run. I'm going to say Bitcoin for 150, but possibly more. But that is very a very pro-crypto valuation, I think. And it's so far away. We just don't know what's going to happen in between. Let's have a look. What is my idea, your idea about crypto mining stocks such as Mara and Riot? I think crypto mining is an issue. It might well be that because of environmental restrictions, part of crypto regulation may well be that all mainstream cryptos have to be proof of stake or some other technology. They may condone mining altogether, which would be a shame because we'd see a lot of projects go to the wall. Bitcoin would really struggle. It really would, because obviously being decentralized to the degree it is, no one's in control of its inner workings. You've only got layers, layer ones and layer twos running off it that could change its use case, but they still need fundamentally Bitcoin to run. Taking my kids' savings out tonight and putting it into Dogecoin. Your poor children. No, I'm joking. I mean, Dogecoin, we all laugh at, say it's a meme coin, but it's the only meme coin, I believe, with a genuine chance of going mainstream into adoption and use case. It does have its own blockchain. Elon does like it. Forget all this legal nonsense and, we're suing you for this, suing you for that. That's all marketing and publicity. They're not stupid. Elon's not stupid. I think they could do something in the future together. Failing that, Dogecoin could actually just find itself a decent utility. Shiba is a massive project because of its following. There's no utility to it apart from its own ecosystem, but they're growing that and they are doing more. But Doge stands a chance, and I don't write it off. I don't like Luna because of what's happened before, but Luna Classic is ultimately a community meme token now. But again, another strong one. It could take Shiba. It could be the new popular meme coin. But yeah, I personally would not put my, not financial advice, but I'm not putting my kids' savings into Dogecoin. Not a fan. Day traders probably love it. Day traders probably love Dogecoin because it is fairly volatile, just like everything else. Just got to follow the money, I suppose. So you can see here on YouTube, guys, I mean, what we've got at the moment on this, we've got the ribbon is red. This area here is red, but that is green. So that's a mixed signal. So it's neither a buy nor sell signal. Probably the overriding signal is still the sell signal that triggered up at the top of the channel. Top 3 coins I'm bullish on today. In terms of bullishness, Quant, Dot, and Moonbeam. 4th would probably be Moon River in terms of return of investment. I've got so many projects that I like right now, but they're my 3 most bullish right now. Thoughts on Quant with Amazon in the making? Yeah, I mean we've got some big conferences coming up soon, and there's going to be some real players around. I think Quant are making all the right moves. Really bullish on the use case. I think it's a fantastic piece of tech. The CEO Gilbert Verdian is fantastic. I think he's an amazing. His CV, he makes him look overqualified no matter what he does. So, huge faith in Quant. But yeah, it's all good. Ever heard about Little Rabbit? No. What's my idea about Gala and Polkadot? Gala, I think, is a sound gaming platform. I do prefer gaming platforms than actual games because Gala's up and running. You can use it. Whereas the games, if you invest in a game early on, you don't really know if it's going to make it to market. So, interesting days. Polkadot, really bullish. Their ecosystem's going to absolutely explode. You've got all these layer 1s and things coming out now. Again, like Moonbeam, Moon River, like Polkadex, Affinity, Interlay, Akala, they're all massive projects, and I'm really hoping that they all do well. I think the minute silence was 8 p.m. tonight, so that's already been done. XRP, XLM, and XDC opposite trend to the rest. How long for? Any idea? Not really, no. I think they're all running because if XRP and Ripple end their lawsuit, it's just in time for a bullish run on ISO kind of FOMO. So I think you'll have a buy the rumor, sell the news event on ISO if the legal case is done before November. I think it's going to be one of the biggest FOMO, buy the rumor, sell the news events anyway. ISO, we don't know what's going to happen until it's in use. So this November date doesn't really mean anything. Shorting XRP, I don't blame you. It has had a 20% run up. It would not surprise me if we saw XRP dip a little at least. It's bullish. It's still on the rise. This last hourly candle is red, and it has had a few red candles it's going to. That is healthy. How long will this continue for? I don't really know. It's going to be really interesting when the market's next open to see where XRP goes. Of course, they're not going to be a UK market open tomorrow because it's a bank holiday, but the USA and Asia and everywhere else will still open. Can I review Little Rabbit? I'll have a look, but I'm not holding my breath that I'm going to like it. I mean, it's just got the worst sounding meme coin name ever. But I've been wrong about names before. Oh, look, it's 12 million zeros. No, I'm not looking at that. Not even wasting my time. What is Little Rabbit? Little Rabbit is a complete waste of time. That's what Little Rabbit is. Fully diluted at 1 billion, trillion, 1 quadrillion tokens. self-reporting supply, market cap of 6 million, and probably a complete load of crap. Incredibly promising project. Goal achieving success on the Binance Smart Chain. Maximize your investment with yield farming mechanism. No. Thorns on Blocktopia. Blocktopia for me was always a good looking one, but the supply on it is just awful. I've spoken about Block before, and I did own Block in the last bull run, but I dropped out once I actually sort of started understanding the projects a bit more. I mean, Blocktopia's valuations come right down. They've doubled the supply. The previous supply was 4%. Last time I looked, it's now 9%. So people's holdings in Blocktopia are probably halved in value. Get a fix. How are we doing, buddy? Good. Sounds good. Engine coin. I like Engine token a lot. I like Infinity, which is going to be their native gaming staking platform as well. So if you don't know about Infinity and you hold Engine coin, have a look at it because it's where you might be able to stake it. It is Engine's layer 1. It's being built on Polkadot. It's part of the Parachain auctions as well. So Engine holders, check out Infinity. It's a decent project. Casper, I don't know much about yet. I still need to research Casper, to be fair. IBS, Irritable Bowel Syndrome. I hope there is actually a token called IBS. I really hope it's not too bad. I was going to try and make a joke then, but I just can't. Right, so there's next to nothing in circulation. Yeah, I'm not looking at that either. Crow buying more. I really like Crow long term. I really do. I think out of all the exchanges, Crow is the one I'm most confident to buy and hold. I think they've done a fantastic job marketing. I think they're going to put in a load of retail investors at the end of this year into next year. And I think they'll pull that through into DeFi and the Kronos network. Do I have a sell target short term for Quant? To be honest with you, Mark, I don't. Quant, I am just now accumulating and holding. I've got no intention to look at the sell price for Quant. It's going to be 4 figures before I sell. Now, I could probably accumulate more volume if I traded it, but I'm just not interested. I'm so bullish on Quant, I'm just going to hold it. And I said that last year, and it's the only thing I still say it about. I'm not selling my Quant now. It's too cheap. I mean, if it ran up in the bear market, I might change my mind. But yeah, basically, I'm not selling it until it gets to 4 figures. Do I still like Chainlink? Yes, I do. Chainlink's got fantastic utility. It's a fantastic oracle, and it interlinks with over 130 different projects at the moment. And if 3/4 of those fail in this bear market, they will be there to help them build again. So yeah, for me, Chainlink's fantastic utility. Some people say it's either Chainlink or Quant for them. I think that's wrong. I think they do different jobs. Obviously, one's an oracle, and the other one just helps with interoperability. So for me, oracle's really, really sound. And of course, I think Moonbeam uses a lot of things from both areas, Chainlink and some other oracles as well. Have I heard about Aptos? Don't have a token yet. I haven't heard about it. No, that's not what I'm familiar with. Link is trash. One man's gold is another man's trash. Matic looks good. I mean, Matic had a big run up, remember, in terms of the Ethereum merge and the Disney announcements with regards to Disney coming across to Polygon for its metaverse, I think it was. Massive market cap, really, 6.9 billion, 87% in circulation, 79 cents. We know it'll come good in the next bull run. Not financial advice, but we know how good Matic is. It launched in 2019 after the last bull run, and then into this bull run. It did perform like a typical bull run coin, but it's a very strong project anyway. So I wouldn't I'm not getting. I'm going to buy some Matic, but I'm not going to go all in on Matic because there are things that will offer a better return of investment. I mean, Polygon Matic could offer you, who knows, a 4, 5, or 6x. But I want things that are going to offer me 15, 20, 25, 30x or more. So yeah, Polygon Matic, decent, and it's on my list of things to buy, but I'm not that desperate to get it yet. Do I still like Phantom? I like it in as much as I'm getting free Phantom still. So that's still going strong, which is fantastic. But no, I do like it. It's a good DeFi network. There's a lot of projects coming out on Phantom still or developing in Phantom. So I think in terms of DeFi, it's especially strong. It's very fast, very cheap. So yeah, I do like Phantom. Maybe not for the very long term. I think maybe, give it a few years, it might be done because it's not very special. But I think there's certainly life in the old dog yet. Have I seen Illuvium's price? Looks like it's crashing. It's over. I mean, Illuvium was always one that I was a bit worried about because it looked fantastic. But like I've always said with all of the games, if they could look brilliant, if they don't make it to market, then they're not worth anything. So Illuvium, when I started in this market last year, was I think $400 or $500 in the bull run, and it went up to $1,800. And you're right, it is crashing now. It's crashing down hard. I haven't heard the news, but we just look at its chart. It is a fantastically bull run orientated coin. When it launched, it was $78. It saw a low of 31-ish, and we're heading down that way. So it doesn't look good, and there must be a reason why people are just dumping on it. I don't know if the game's been halted or something, I don't know, but that is not looking good for Illuvium at all. In the last month alone, they crashed from 94 down to where we are now at 58. So they've lost 40% of their value in this month. So yeah, it doesn't look good for Illuvium. No worries, Bob, you're welcome. Both do nothing in the real world. Not yet, they don't, Robin Hood, but Chainlink and Quant will both be key in the blockchain world. Not even seen the vaguest bit of adoption yet. When it kicks in, then you'll see. Deep into Veracity. Veracity is a semi-decent utility for me. I don't hold it, and I'm probably not going to hold it. Just because I like other things. I'm not trashing it. But yeah, I just don't pay it too much attention really because it's not my bag, but it is decent. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm laughing at. I think that's brilliant. Do I think ETH will drop back down below £500? To be honest with you, I don't know. I think in terms of the original ETH, ETH Classic is obviously looking strong, but ETH is showing signs of weakness. I mean, proof of stake is not going to offer the returns it did. 3% for stakers and validators is not going to be enough to keep them interested. They've already obviously lost the mining capability. There's nothing being earned on that. If there's no one to run the network cannot perform. So Ethereum could have issues. I mean, if it does get down that cheap, I probably wouldn't buy it because it's probably on its way out. I really hope I'm wrong. But it's a possibility. Do I like Nervos Network? I do actually. There's two. There's Nervos Network and there's Network. I do like one of them. I just can't remember which one it is. So Nervos Network. That's a bull run token, so it's not that one. I think it was Nerve. Yeah, see now, I think Nerve Network is one that I've been looking at and keeping an eye on in terms of my degen coins. It launched in 2020, did do quite well, and it has seen spikes of activity. It does look a bit pumpy dumpy. But it does have a little bit of utility, and it's one that I'm watching because every now and again it does run up quite strong. I don't think it's worth holding long term, and that's why I've not bought any yet. I don't think it's a genuine long term investment. You would want to buy it when it's really cheap before it pumps up. I mean, look at these pumps. I mean, these pumps are insane, and it happens all the time. Pump dump, pump dump, pump dump. This little pump here has been maintained. And I don't know if that's because whoever's manipulating the price wants it to go up to here again before they dump. But if I was going to buy this, I would probably set my sell order just below maybe 1.7 cents. Because then it looks like whoever's doing this likes to take profit up here. So I'd take profit down here. Interesting speakers for the Ripple. Yeah, I mean I've seen 4 announcements on that in terms of the Ripple conference. Let's Google that. I want to confirm something else. I don't want to be guessing. I've seen the news and I remember that they were quite good. Ripple conference, London, guest speakers. It's a little bit slow loading up because I am streaming from a laptop. I'm not even using a desktop. That's not what I wanted. I'll have to find out another time because that's not what I wanted at all. But yeah, interesting speakers. Where do you use for short trades? I don't generally do futures trading at all. If I do, I tend to just use KuCoin, to be fair. And if I'm going to do it, I tend to use their 3L and 3S coins because you can't be liquidated with those. So if you're wanting to do futures trading where you want to short or long something and you're not really sure how to do it, it might be a good place to start to learn is by using those coins because you can't be liquidated. The price is incredibly volatile, but you can't be liquidated. But yeah, I tend to avoid shorting because unless there's something different. I think the last time I successfully shorted was when Luna was dumping. UOS and Veracity, yeah, they're decent. UOS is interesting. Lots of manipulation, yeah. Not looking good for Illuvium, no. Motion detection on the ring, yeah. Someone went out the front door. LCX thoughts. I think LCX is a great looking exchange. It has got blockchain licenses to trade in Liechtenstein, so it's registered in its country of origin and it's licensed. It's got 2 audits. It's got CertiK and Hacken audits, both perfectly respectable. But yeah, they're a member of the World Economic Forum Center for the 4th Industrial Revolution as well. So LCX is really looking forward, and it's looking forward to regulation, basically, and centralization, and being part of the world economy. So LCX have got very grand plans. I'm definitely keeping an eye on them. And again, they're another one that's on my radar, but I'm not accumulating yet in my DCAs. Pumpy Dumpy must be okay. Oracle thoughts. Not actually one that I've looked at, and if it's actually in the Polkadot environment, I'll be surprised that I don't know it. Oracle Network, first of all. Just looking at this Oracle Network, I just want to see what it's about. Decentralized bridge on the Casper network. So it's a bridge project, multi-chain NFTs, decentralized Oracle network, privacy-preserving bridge, and a multi-chain bridge. Looks interesting. I do like bridges. Cross-chain bridges are definitely a trend. So Casper, ETH, AVAX, Moonbeam, Quality, Aurora, Gatechain, Cardia, and Fuse. So they've got a few lesser known networks on there, but they've got a few big ones as well. So I think they've got some more development to go, but I do like cross-chain bridges. And one of my favorites at the moment, cross-chain swap is Rubik. But I mean, look at all these investors. If you're on YouTube, look at all these partners and investors. Arcadia Group, Thorchain, Ventures, Gemblock, BSC Station. Oh, they had some. They've got a partnership with Kiran from Illuvium. Now that's a very small partnership. Polka War, which didn't do very well, or hasn't done very well. So yeah, I mean they've got some good partners, but then some not so impressive ones. Oh my god, they've got more. Okay. Yeah, so they've got a lot of partners, some of which are big, some of which aren't so big. But yeah, it looks superficially good. I would, as always, you need to do research, do a deep dive in these things before making your mind up. But it looks reasonable for sure. Talk about XRP. XRP, very, very good volume. I think we need to see what happens now in the next day or two with the markets opening tomorrow. We need to see what happens with regards to the docs that have all been filed now. I think the Ripple camp are getting very excited. There's good, positive energy coming out of all the camps now that are on the Ripple side. But ultimately, this is a lawsuit, and it's a lawsuit involving a government body. So I would not expect anything to explode yet. But what I would say on the hourly, I've still got a buy signal. Everything is green. Everything looks good. We're having a little bit of sell-off, and that candle's just gone green as well. So we could be looking at a fifth straight hour of green candles on XRP. Now, I don't tend to live on the hourly because I'm a long-term investor, but XRP, I like to see what's going on. And at the moment, the buys are winning. So we could still see a little bit more upward momentum. As I think we're going to struggle here because I think a lot of retail will be taking profit at just under 40 cents. It is a milestone. It's a nice round number. But hopefully the buy volume keeps that high. Really strange. LV mentions SEC in 2 comments on YouTube, and both comments aren't showing in chat. Ooh, you're being monitored. Gary Gensler sounds like he's going after Ethereum now. Proof of stake hits all 4 prongs. How they test it. Yeah, I mean, I saw that article. I think I did a little TikTok on it. The article suggests that he said all proof of work is possibly a security. What it actually should have said is he thinks that most proof of stake could be securities. There are some subtle differences in the Howey test. So yeah, I mean, it does sound like Gary Gensler does not like proof of stake. So if we've got people saying that mining Bitcoin and things is not economically viable, we need to do something else, well, proof of stake is it. And if it's a security, then people need to start jumping through those hoops. So Ethereum could have walked into a big problem there. Phil, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. What's the next one? I think we'll pop on the next one. I mean, no one really has any idea. I mean, I'm holding a few things through this bear market and accumulating more of the things I like. Things I talk about all the time, like Quant, Polkadot, Moonbeam, Akala, Moon River. I think that they're all good possibilities. Crow is another one that I'm going for as well. I've got so many projects that I like, but they're kind of like the main ones that I'm aiming for right now. Not financial advice. This is just literally what I'm DCAing into right now. Ripple's swell event has MasterCard Chief Digital Officer and Bank of America Head of Emerging Payments. Yeah, we've also seen more sort of stories come out about that Visa XRP as well. So a Visa card coming out with XRP, as well as MasterCard, which would be interesting. Tom on YouTube, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you over there. Ripple swell event speakers. All right, okay, that's what I need to Google to get the speakers. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to be really lazy and just copy and paste exactly what you said there in the comments. Just going through on that now. If you're wondering what I'm doing, folks, I am dual going live on 2 systems. So if you want to see my screen, see what I'm looking at, just go over here. The link is in the bio. So future speakers. Okay, so featured speakers, we have got Brad Garlinghouse, of course, CEO Ripple, John Lambert, MasterCard Chief Digital Officer, Derek Walton, Bank of America, Head of GTS, Emerging Payments and Innovation, Francesco Simonci, True Layer co-founder and CEO, not sure who he is, Mr. Zhang, Amazon Web Services, Global Head of Innovation. These are some massive names, and this is all tied in with Ripple. So this is the upcoming Ripple Swell event, and these are all some of the speakers. So we've also got Mariana Tricolisi, Binance Head of Corporate Development. I mean, there's just absolutely massive names. Scott Beck, United Texas Bank. So there's some American banks getting interested as well. So yeah, lots of big names, people. So if you want to research that, it's ripple.com/events/swell/go global. And that will tell you exactly who the speakers are. There are a lot, and there are some big names in there. So yeah, interesting to see the relationships forming there. If I had 5K to invest now, how would I build a portfolio? If it was right now, I would keep 2.5K stablecoins, without question. I'd probably put 1K into Bitcoin, and then 500 into Quant, and then with the other 1,000, just some layer 1s and layer 2s that I like. So things like Matic, Moonbeam. This is the way I'm doing it. But you probably want to go mainstream, less risk if you're just entering. If you're an established investor, it's very different. But yeah, I mean, Moonbeam for me is prospective, but I really do think it's going to go well. KCS going to Moon. KCS is KuCoin, is it? I don't see any reason as to why KuCoin would Moon. It's already a very, very large exchange token, and it's not getting adopted as quickly as other things. I mean, it's relatively small compared to other exchanges, but it's well established, and there's no reason for, I think, exchanges to Moon in a bear market. I think people are actually staying away from exchanges as much as they can at the moment. IYG, how are we doing? Good to see you. Am I bullish on any meme coins? No, I'm not really bullish at all at the moment, and we are in a bear market. Macroeconomics are awful. I'm not expecting anything to Moon, with the exception of XRP, and if Ripple win the case soon, that's the only thing I expect to Moon in the bear market if they're successful. What I would say in terms of meme coins, there are some that I think stand a better chance of being successful than others. Shiba, Doge, Luna Classic is now a meme coin as far as I'm concerned as well. It is a community-driven token with no use case at the moment. So, yeah, I've got nothing against people that trade meme coins, but as a long-term investor, it's not something I like or advocate at all. VVS, I think VVS is a great project. Actually, it launched at the worst time. Crow was at its pinnacle in the bull run. They launched Kronos, VVS came out, it had the launch run up, then the launch dump, and then Bitcoin started dipping. It's been going down ever since. So VVS for me, if it survives the bear market, it should be fine. Because like I said earlier, Crow's going to have a lot of people entering that exchange to retail. They'll all want to dabble in DeFi after a while, and Kronos will be their entry point. And VVS will hopefully be there to service them. Yeah, the Fed meeting on finance and the interest rates. I really don't know. I mean, the CPI meeting wasn't great, and even though there's an improvement in the inflationary figures, it wasn't enough as people were hoping for, and it caused a bit of a dip in the market. The thing is with the market, if everything goes as we expect it to or hope it to, then the market's fine. It reacts positively. But when it gets something it doesn't like or doesn't expect, that's when it dumps. So it's just, will it meet our expectations or will it be worse? Ace Crypto Maxi, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. XLM prediction. I like XLM. I think as an ISO coin, it's going to be strong. Second place to Ripple, maybe you might argue, but XLM's a great solution and a very strong functioning part of ISO. So should all be good. Waves, I'm just not familiar with, I'm afraid, Hill. I don't know enough about Waves to comment. Dogeland Mars, no. I think SHIB is the next SHIB. There are so many meme tokens trying to do what SHIB did. I think they just dilute their own market. That's my honest answer. Things could run up, and there will be another SHIB, but there are so many meme coins trying to be the next SHIB that they all fail because the market's too diluted. There's not enough money in the meme coin market for them all to come up to SHIB's level, and every single one of them tries. Dogeland Mars has been around a while, and it's okay. But I would never buy a meme coin hoping it would be the next SHIB. I've entered a few meme coins, to be honest with you, doing things on pink sale lately, but I get a little bit of profit and I'm out. I don't care about the long term. There's no long term in meme coins for me. I've dabbled in a few. I mean, the Tate token Top G, that was one. I got in, I bought it, I got out at 3x. It went up to 35x at one point, and then it dumped worse than anything you've ever seen in your life. Meme coins are risky. You don't know what it is. They're all bet trend based, and they're all trying to be the next shit. So I'm really not a fan of any of them. Lunacy will 3x. It could. I mean, it's dumped 50% since it ran up, so it could still 3x. I mean, don't disagree that it could run up. Sold Atom position yesterday, waiting for it to dip to buy back in. Atom's done really well. Was it over 160% up, over 130% up, something like that? So yeah, I mean, absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, I would do the same thing. Take profits. Am I an HBAR long-term holder? Do you know what? I don't hold HBAR, and I won't be buying it. It is a great project. It's got great tech, great utility, great partners, but that makes it pretty unspectacular in terms of return on investment. It's already a decent size, and it will grow. It's just going to be a slow growth. So if you're going to hold it long term, I think it is solid. It will probably make you some money, not financial advice. But I'm still looking for those high ROIs right now. I'm still looking for my capital to 20, 30, 40, 50x in the next bull run. And HBAR won't do that for me. What's the biggest mistake I've made in crypto? Trying to trade meme coins when I started, that was one mistake. Sending stuff to incorrect wallet addresses, incorrect networks, several times. Losing USDT amounts several times. Just through, not practicing, not taking profits when they're available. There's so many mistakes that you can make because, it's not like there's anyone to hold your hand through crypto. You've got to learn it all yourself. Think you're doing the right thing. I would just advise everyone, do your research and test. Every time you do a transaction, do a test one first. It's the safest thing to do. But again, if you get an opportunity to take profit, personally, I've started taking profit wherever it is. Save the penguins. Save the penguins indeed. Little Rabbit review. No, that's just never going to happen. Chili's, again, another decent project that I don't really have an interest in. I don't hold it, and therefore I haven't really sort of gone into it too much. It is decent. It's been around a while. It's got some decent utility, but again, not an area that I personally hold. Any thoughts on AMP? It's very quiet. Yeah, I mean, AMP is another one. It's got good utility. It's been around a very long time, but it's just not doing a lot. I'm a bit worried about AMP long term, to be fair. It's been out a couple of years. It went through the bull run, and I expected it to hold a lot more value than it did, and it's just continued to dip. So for me, AMP isn't one again I want to hold. Even though it's got good looking utility, it's never ticked my box. It's just a bull run. It looks like a bull run token. So until I get news that it's doing something spectacular, I'm not buying it. Kadeena's very, very good. I like Kadena. Again, Polkadot, Kusama, Kadena, all very closely related, but I'm very heavily into the Polkadot network. I'm into things like I said, like Moonbeam, Moonriver, Affinity, Polkadex. I'm into so many different projects in that arena that I'm trying not to buy any more within that arena, and I kind of associate Kadena with that. Do I think Solana can 20x for the next bull run? No. For me personally, a lot of people are very bullish on Solana, and I can appreciate what they're saying. They've captured a bit of the NFT market. But for me, as a network, it's unreliable, it's vulnerable, and I don't really think it does anything spectacular or special. So, I mean, if it's got a 20x, you're talking about a $200 billion market cap, or if you go fully diluted, a $300 billion market cap. I don't see that for Solana. I think it will probably continue to be used until a decent network's found for NFTs and they all migrate across. But I just don't like Solana. I don't use it. I don't think it's reliable. I don't trust it. And therefore I don't buy it. But I'm kind of quite biased away from Solana. I'm more, I say, Polkadot orientated at the moment, especially. Thank you for the follows, people, and the likes. Really appreciate the support. Thank you for keeping it going. Do I like Gala? I don't personally hold Gala, but I definitely see why other people do. In terms of the game, the metaverse arena, I wouldn't personally buy a game or invest in a game because they very, very rarely come out with an end project. We're seeing Illuvium possibly do that now. It's really dumping hard. Is the game finished? Is it going to come out? Even though they released a beta and an alpha, it doesn't look like the game's going to make it, possibly, and people are dumping. So I would much rather go with Gala, which is a platform that's up, it's running, it's working, there's games on there, and it is a good platform, and it looks like it could be future-proof. So, yeah, I mean, Gala looks decent, but in a bear market, we don't know what's going to make it and what won't. If Gala have maintained some of that value that they accrued in the bull run, then they could be okay. What coin's been my biggest win? Squid Games. Yeah, Squid Game for me as well. I mean, it was a scam and rug pull. I got a little bit out of that, and I saw it was on trend. I did a little bit, and I managed to get something out after the rug pull. Funnily enough, somehow it managed to obtain some liquidity back, and I got some money back. And I remember doing a TikTok saying, "Look, everyone, be quick! There's some liquidity there that you can cash in." So I managed to get some out. But my biggest gain, in terms of profit for me, I think return of investment for me. Because I came in quite late into the year, sort of June, July-ish, I think the first big profit I made was Onino. I got into the pre-sale for Onino. Great Web3 use case, really good-looking team. They are still building in the bear market. But, I mean, I sold some of my pre-sale tokens, and I made, for me, a substantial amount. And that set me up for the rest of it. I was able to invest in all these other things because of that. I've had a couple of other pre-sales do really well. But, I mean, yeah, that was a very good pre-sale for me. And that profit on Onino wasn't there long either. But, yeah, I still think they've got a great future. I still hold it. I still stake it. I'm hoping it survives the bear market and comes out the other side because they're They've already released like an address book for crypto, so that's quite a good thing. Thank you for the roses, Reza. I appreciate that support. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Quick Swap? Fantastic. I use Quick Swap on Matic Network all the time. What do I think of Luna C? I think it's trash. I think the team was trash. It's a community meme token now, as far as I'm concerned. AVAX is disappointing. It's a good network, but it's just had nothing but rubbish projects on it. The only decent project on AVAX is Trader Joe. Everything else last year was just nonsensical trash. They need some decent dApps on there. They need to find a use. A good network that's not being used doesn't last long, and AVAX doesn't last long. Waves, I'm not familiar with them, I'm afraid, Scott. I know it's a trending project at the moment, but I don't know enough about it to comment. SNX or SKI, I don't know about those either. Do I need to use cold wallets? You don't need to, but they are, a cold storage wallet, hardware wallet is the safest way. Get your keys offline. Of course, your crypto estate, your crypto never leaves the blockchain, but having your keys on something that's not connected to the internet is the safest way not to lose your crypto. Because everything else can be hacked or you can be scammed very easily. Cold wallets, I think they are an essential part of crypto trading for sure. Swissborg app, I've never personally used. I've got a few people I know that have used it and they do like it a lot. So I'm tempted to start using it, but it's not something I'm using at the moment. Do I think Algo will pump now they have partnered up with FIFA? Will it pump in the World Cup? That partnership has been out for quite a while. I think it will be a case of buy the rumor, sell the news. Advertising for things is great for long-term adoption, but advertising in the World Cup is great for exposure. But by the time we get out of this recession and out of this bear market, are people going to remember them? That's why I like Crypto.com. Very memorable name. I mean, are you going to remember, if you didn't know and you heard the name Algorand and crypto, which name would you remember? You'd remember crypto. And even if you were thinking of Algorand, you'd probably end up on Crypto.com. Am I buying anything? I am DCAing into a few projects at the moment. Do I think 3K USD is okay for the start in QNT, XRP, Glimmer and Dot? I think any amount that you invest into crypto is entirely personal and relative to your own circumstances. A small amount for me or anyone else could be very different to anyone else. Something that's a small amount to someone else could be a large amount for me. But I mean, if you're making a start in crypto and you've got 3K and that's what you're looking at, for me personally, I hold those. I hold all of them. So I would be happy with that bag. Please don't blow off Little Rabbit. I mean, I'm not putting down Little Rabbit. I'm just not going to talk about it. It's clearly a meme token, and I'm not talking meme tokens. And if people continue to request Little Rabbit reviews, then they will get just kicked off for trying to pump it, trying to shill. Why is XRP pumping? Just a lot of positivity. The Ripple swell events coming up. There's been some big speakers there, indicating some big relationships. Documents have been filed in the court case now. So, again, everyone's quite positive in the arena, and they're looking for possible settlement as a result. But, we'll see. We've been talking about this for a year and a half, 2 years. What ledger do I recommend, the Nano S or the Nano X? It depends entirely. I mean, they both cover the same kind of crypto. It's just purely the amount of different apps that you can use. So if you only hold a few crypto, the Nano S could be okay. If you hold a few more, the Nano X might give you more apps to download and more diversity in your portfolio. But Nano X is always going to be the better of the two. Also have a look at Trezor. Trezors are quite good wallets as well. Have I switched, or would you switch VVS to XVVS? To be fair, I haven't touched my VVS stake for a very long time prior to the XVVS launch. I mean, I would need to have a look at the situation and weigh it up, because quite honestly, at the moment, I don't know what would be better long term. What's the next crypto to invest in? I couldn't advise you that, Mr. Z, I'm afraid. That would be financial advice. I've got lots of crypto projects that I like at the moment, and I'm DCAing into now. You want to learn crypto trading, etc. I mean, I don't trade crypto. I am a long-term investor. So if you want to learn to day trade, I mean, I wouldn't be able to help you on that one. There might be people in the Discord that can help you if you want to talk day trading. But it's not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. Is XRP on a buy list, or is it still waiting? Let's have a look at the XRP hourly chart again. So the XRP hourly chart is still quite strong. It's still flashing a buy signal, but the red candle on the hourly is getting a little bit stronger. The 4 hourly, come on, let's have a look. So I'm sharing this on this channel in case you're wondering. So people all over there will be able to see what I'm looking at. So I'm now going to look at XRP on the 4 hourly. And again, that's still quite strong buy signal. 4 hourly looks very strong, actually. If we bounce off 39, we could be going up quite a way. Because that's an area of resistance we've held for quite some time. If we can turn that into support, that would be excellent. BGB. What's BGB? BitGet. Yeah, BitGet I'm not familiar with at all. Let's have a quick look at it though. It sounds exchangey. 17.5 cents, supply of 2 billion, fully diluted market cap 348 million. Well up since the bull. Yeah, the bull run last year ended, and the price has still gone up. So BitGet is having a good bear market. It's actually going up in value. So that is a good shout. I mean, it's probably one worth looking at. It has had very good performance in the bear market. BGB, BitGet, interesting. Yeah, I might have a look at that. You don't see many charts like that at the moment. That's a good shout, BGB. Full of people that don't understand how it works. Not saying that to you. That's fine, Justin. You're right. I don't know how a lot of crypto works. There's a lot to learn, and a lot of people. You're absolutely right. A lot of people don't understand it. I try and understand everything that I talk about, which is why I'm quite straightforward and honest. If I don't know, I don't know. What are my thoughts on HBAR? Really good utility, really good team, really good partners, but a proper workhorse project. It's not spectacular. It doesn't sing, it doesn't dance, which means it won't perform spectacularly. It will perform long term, though, I believe. So it is decent. But it's not going to offer the ROI that I want short, medium to long term. VeChain for me, I invested in VeChain last year, but then when I actually sort of got my head around it, I didn't like it anymore, so I don't hold VeChain. I just don't see it going anywhere. I don't think anyone else is going to use it to any great scale. It might well grow in line with the overall cap of crypto, but I don't think it's going to grow any faster than that, really. VGX coin doing some big pumps. Let's have a look at VGX. Voyager. Mm, 12% down today. More than that on the week. So that pump is not going in the direction. Saying that in the last month it's gone in the right direction. So yeah, another one that, in the bear market has seen some decent performance. It launched in July 17. very strong bull run, a weaker bull run, but still performed very well last year. And it's maintained some of that value, which makes it quite interesting. Reserve rights is decent. I do like it. Right then, folks, I am going to wind things up there. So I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate your support. Please remember to follow me here, but also try and go there. A link is in the bio. If you can subscribe to that channel as well, it's really going to help me out. Trying to get out to that magic 1,000. So all your support there would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, streaming the lives there as well, so you can see the screen. Thank you for the GGs. Appreciate those. That's fantastic support. Thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you, IYG. But yeah, again, thank you for your support. Thank you for your questions and your queries. As I just love talking crypto, and you've been here to do it with me. So always appreciate that. Thank you. And I'll speak to you all again soon.